I am Dungeon Master, your guide in the realm of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and this is Heroes Wanted. Today, we are rejoining the party after they have rescued Soggy from the clutches of the rock and managed to make their way down the volcano to the fortress of the fire giants, where they must face the fire giant king and try to obtain from him the phoenix sword in order to trade it for the relic that they seek from the shadow hobgoblin warlord. You guys are finding yourselves outside of the lava fortress, the volcano fortress of the fire giants. And I'm gonna pull that up right now to give you guys your scene here. And then as you approach through the fields of molten lava, you can see the fortress walls rising up in front of you, solid black iron and obsidian, and beyond it, the castle fortress tower itself rising high above all of the walls. Its huge flaming parapets just ablaze in the sky, sending off gusts of smoke into the air. You guys are dwarfed by this massive monument of might and metal and um, as
Magma.
magma. And as you approach the gates, you see a couple, like, you know, four or five fire giant guards just kind of milling about outside the gates there.
We didn't get a chance to rest, I see.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use the healer feat on everybody. You should get 1d6 plus 4 plus your maximum 1d6 plus 4 plus 10.
So that's under your actions, and then you just control left click to target everyone, and then you'll see under feats healer, and that'll heal everybody for 1d6 plus 4, and then the 10.
I don't
Just like
see any. I don't see any tokens, and also Soggy is out of magic. Besides the classic Eldritch Blast.
The tokens are all at the bottom.
I'm trying to figure out how to
I
target
meant
people.
I meant not our tokens, the giants.
Are you trying to attack them?
No, I'm just trying to see where they are.
They're outside the gate.
So, Claire, refresh my memory. Are we under the impression they have the blade or know where it is?
Well, you know, the way it is they are the last people who knew where it was. There is some rumors that it has been lost, so you're not entirely sure if they have it or if they simply know where it is.
Okay, so we might be able to, in a friendly manner, seek to acquire information. It's not like we, it seems not entirely like the, most likely thing in the world. They absolutely, definitely have it. And that's going to be some sort of showing of the hand to ask for it. Also, do we
Well,
think they'll stab us the moment we walk out there? I need to clarify that.
I'm still trying to figure out how to like heal you guys, and because I'm not certain if I have you targeted or who
Yeah,
I don't
you
target.
just did. Oh wait, you did it. You did it too many times.
Also, still getting sight. You're still a bit quiet.
I think you just have to raise my volume that you have set for me because I can't make it any louder.
Uh,
So yeah, you were healing them. You healed them like 3 times there.
My bad.
So that would be 30 less. And then 8, 14, 19, 49. Okay. Okay, now apply it once.
Alrighty. So I'm targeting me, I'm targeting Soggy and Crest.
Perfect. So, what do you guys wish to do?
Is anyone opposed to just going and asking?
Last fire giants we saw tried to kill us immediately.
You did? Oh, the session I wasn't here for, I assume.
Does anyone here speak giant?
I do not speak giant.
Soggy sort of like tries to vocalize giant since he was once friends with a giant, but he can't seem to do it. And Soggy sort of shakes his head. Soggy does know primordial, though I don't know if Soggy's ability to speak that will help.
Well, if I rest, I could ask Sarenrae to bestow upon me the ability to speak with other races, but this would require that we camp somewhere for the evening.
Yes, but let us not forget that time is somewhat of the essence here. We cannot just be hanging around in the plane, or not the plane of fire, but on this fire giant island that is connected to the plane of fire, as there are many dangers.
Soggy could do some scouting.
I
I mean,
mean,
that's up to you guys, you know.
it can't hurt, or it can, but I mean, I don't know if the director. I'm kind of scratching my head here because the main thing we need is information, but that's going to be difficult to do if we can't talk to them. But maybe there's something to find.
Alrighty then. So, what do I need to roll, DM,
To do what?
to scout
Scout what?
outside the perimeter, like stealth?
You're trying to sneak up on the fire giants?
I'm trying to be sneaky around the giants, like sort of like trying to find alternative entrances and such.
I do not think sneaking up on them is a good idea. If you are caught, they will surely not appreciate it.
Soggy is very sneaky.
Yes, however, it would scrub the mission for all of us, for us to show up afterwards after you have been sneaking, if you were to get caught. The risk is quite great.
Then, then Soggy suggests we find place to sleep.
So I want to be clear that this is Visanthus giving you guys like advice, not the DM telling you how to proceed. So if you guys want to do whatever, do whatever. But Visanthus warns against either long resting or sneaking around due to the fact that if you long rest, there's a chance that you are encountered, and if you sneak, like that's essentially a hostile act.
So, what do you guys want to do? Because I don't know. I mean, it's pretty
I
clear
mean,
that I'm pretty sure we go over there. We can't speak. You can't even talk to them. Last time we met fire giants here, they were protagonists. Like
yeah,
immediately for being here.
yeah, it's kind
So,
of an awkward problem.
like, do we just fight our way through? Is there gonna be like
But I
one
don't think.
giant fest there, or is there like five of them? You know, there's no way for us. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like lose or lose. I don't actually know what to do at all.
Well, make a decision. You guys have sneaking, sleeping, or speaking. Those are the three options on the table. If there's
Well,
another one, I'm open to
in
suggestions,
order
but
for in order for us to be able to communicate with them, I'd have to long rest so that I can swap out, one of my spells for speak with, something tongues, speak with tongues,
how do
whatever.
you guys know that you can't understand them and they can't understand you?
Last time we met fire giants here,
Casual
you
racism.
said like you speak giant.
I'm just saying that like you haven't tried, so you don't know. You know.
They're technically right.
I mean, it's
So we go
it's
up.
it's possible that you guys can't understand each other, but it's also fully possible that you can.
If I'm not mistaken, we're looking for the Phoenix Sword, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I should approach this. Like, do we just walk up and be like, "Hey, you know the Sword of Immortality?" It's like, get the fuck out of here! What are you doing here? So, how do you guys want to approach this? Like, what should we even say?
Uh, um, I mean, I do believe there's nothing wrong with citing that we're simply here for a casual inquiry. Well, an inquiry of great import, but an inquiry nonetheless. Information. I mean, does that sound crazy? At the end, that is all we're here for, is some information.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you guys want to try to negotiate and speak to them, that's one of the options.
All right, all right. I have a kind of plan. We only really get to have one chance at having a good relationship. So, theoretically, what if we go up and try it out? And if that doesn't work, we could run away and slink off, try and rest, and come back with Hellfire.
All right. I guess I walk up and say hello.
Yeah, we're going up then.
Okay. So moving up to the fire giants, you hear one of them call out in a gruff, smoky voice in a language that you do not understand. You guys coming up?
Yep. Soggy, sort of hiding behind Nova, decides to speak a bit of primordial with them to see if they know it.
As you respond back in primordial, one of them responds to you uh, and say, uh, says something else in a different language, but still one that you don't understand. This is Ignian, if anyone speaks Ignian.
Ah, I know. I know the. That's one of the primordial tongues.
Yes. Yeah, there's Aquin and Ignian and yeah. But nope, they don't speak just primordial. So eventually, one of them comes forward to you and holding his giant sword out, he kind of points up at the symbol on the archway of the fire giant king and makes a saluting sign to it and then motions towards you to see if you're indicating that you're friendly.
I have no idea how to respond to that. Do I point at it?
Soggy arches, sort of like looks at it and just sort of mirrors the giant.
Vasanthus looks at him and reluctantly does the same.
I guess.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
So after you guys all do that, the giant kind of eases his sword, but still holding it, uh, brings you a giant brazier of fiery coals, and he puts his hands on one of the sides of it and motions for you to do the other.
Soggy, he sort of like looks to the others and says, "So, who will do it first?" Soggy's gonna make a quick history check if that's possible.
You can make a history check, but I don't know what history you would know about this.
Good point. Then a survival check to see if he a survival check to like figure out a way to like touch it without causing it to actually hurt and have him pull away.
Maybe if you had some really thick cotton gloves or a lot of water.
Maybe Nova could go first. She'll be fine.
Why will Nova be fine?
I thought they were immune to fire damage.
No, that's necrotic and radiance.
Am I nuts? Didn't we buy them armor that makes them immune to fire damage?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that is right. Oh my god!
I was like, am I going fucking crazy?
Yeah, no, and they totally are immune to fire. So yeah.
Yes, I'll do it.
So as you touch the side of the burning hot brazier, the fire giant's smoke kind of fills the air, and now you can understand Fire Giant. For now, it's a temporary effect.
Hmm.
And he says, "What brings you here, tiny ones?"
Oh, it's your show.
Hello. My name is Nova. This is Cress, Soggy, and Visanthus.
What brings you to our island?
We have come looking to trade magical items.
What?
Hey, like I said,
I'm so,
I didn't know what to say, let alone if we could even speak to them, let alone what to say when we got here.
we should ask for an exchange of information, or rather, that we're simply looking for something. We want to know where the Phoenix Blade is. Besides, we ain't got magic items to trade. Also, is Nova speaking in Fire Giant, or can I just understand them?
No, she's speaking in Fire Giant.
Oh, okay. Well, then
okay,
I can't actually comment on what they're saying in characterly. So proceed.
I'll say, we are adventurers seeking a legendary weapon, and we are looking for information as to where we may be able to find it.
You have gold?
We are not impoverished, if that's what you mean.
Well, information costs money.
All right, I'll toss him 20 gold.
He doesn't even look at it.
Out of character, maybe try and say what is your offer? Like how much gold do you want and such?
I mean, to say he even knows anything, so I'll say that. I guess I'll say that. Like, um, man, I don't even know how to approach that. I mean, I offered the guy gold. If he doesn't want to take it,
20
It's
gold?
more
I mean,
of
You're on the island of the Fire Giant King, man. Like 20 gold is nothing.
well, I mean, I don't have
yeah.
5 grand to give him.
Yeah, we spent a lot of money on our fire immunity armor.
Huh? Well, it happens.
Right, I kept the change, so I got like 100 gold. I can hold up a slightly heavier bag.
He looks at it frowningly, but reaches out and snatches it and says, "Market's that way." And he just opens the gate and lets you into the market square off to the side of the wall there.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can find someone who deals in magic items.
He was really hoping to get a lot out of you guys since you appear to be adventurers.
Yeah.
He thought this was a big payday.
Well, he should try lowering his standards. That would be a big payday for a normal guard.
He's a fire giant who works for the Fire Giant King.
I'm not giving him platinum. I'm not giving him copper or bronze.
No, I know, but he makes probably 100 gold a week.
He's one loaded guard.
Hey, I'd still suggest someone else might pay like that. Anyway. What was I going to say? Yeah, can I find somewhere I can find someone who deals in magic items?
Yeah, if you go inside the fort there.
Okay, I'm going inside the fort there.
And Soggy, sort of like scampering between the giants, sort of says goodbye in Primordial, even though they don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
They probably think you said something rude.
I sort of make a waving motion as I go by to make sure it isn't rude.
Now they think you said something rude smugly. Anyway. Yeah, so...
Soggy may be a kobold, but he is at least a bit more courteous.
Yeah, I know. These are surly guards that just extorted us for money. I think they have a bad temperament.
They don't have a great one. All right.
It.
So, you can see there are fire giants that are selling like iron goods, shields, and stuff like that to other fire giants. Iron carts and things like that. What are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for someone to buy an item, since our our store of gold isn't very thick.
Okay.
I'm just hoping to sell off one of my magic items.
And how would you like to go about doing that, since Nova's the only one who can temporarily speak fire giant?
I figured a merchant might be more affluent than a guard in the way of speaking to people. You might know trade tongue.
Yeah, but you might have to like look around for that merchant. Like I said, there's merchants selling these metal wares and everything, but if you're asking around for a specific merchant who's looking to buy stuff, that might require some communication.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have Nova look. I'm gonna be like, Nova, find me someone willing to buy something off me. I need to get some gold for the party.
So that would be an investigation roll, Nova?
Soggy will assist.
You can't.
Yeah, how?
There you go, dirty 19. So, after walking around the market for some time, you do eventually come across a traveling merchant. This is not your typical fire giant, but rather a stone giant who has come from lands far away and has traveled here for trade and is looking to buy and sell all kinds of stuff that they've imported and looking to export, whatever else the fire giants might have, and they speak enough of the common tongue for you to be able to communicate with them.
Great. I'm going to approach kind of happily, and say, hello, I'm looking to sell something.
What are you looking to sell?
Like, it's something I picked up a while ago that I haven't been able to make use of, but would be appealing to the right magic caster. And I'm gonna take out that Rod of Wonders that I never exchanged.
Oh, I see. Yes, quite the wonderful rod.
Yeah.
I suppose the question is, how much?
I'm gonna kind of scratch my chin and go like, well, I mean, it's good. Hasn't been used in a while. Certainly not damaged. But I'm kind of urgently in the need for some gold. Looking to just get rid of it. So I'd sell it to you for like 1,000.
Did you say 1,000?
Yeah, 1,000.
So here's where he tries to haggle with you. He's going to offer you 500. You have to roll a persuasion to try to get the full 1,000 or however much higher than 500.
I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants because I think 1,000 is a low ball for this magic item, but I don't honestly know.
He's always going to haggle. Like however much you ask for, he's Rick from Pawn Stars. Sorry, best I can do is $20 and half a Chumley's lunch.
Yeah. Roll. Why am I rolling this twice?
You might still have exhaustion on. Yep.
Should I be exhausted?
Yep.
Ah, my fucking god. Alright. Do I have inspeed? Yeah. I would have spent inspiration on that preemptively if I.
All right. Go ahead and roll once with. You have to click advantage to negate the disadvantage.
In any event, I'll probably do better than a 1. Come on, no 1 in 400. 9.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a natural 1, so I'll sink it.
So, first thing I'm going to do is just make sure that I have the right price for the Rod of Wonder, because I'm going to assume that you would have at least known like a rough value of it.
I mean, I did make that. I did try and grab 1,000 off of no idea what it's actually worth, and I just made it sound like I was trying to come in low.
Yeah. It says that the Rod of Wonder is rare. So that would be that would be 1,000 to 5,000 gold pieces, typically. So
what I gave was actually a fair low ball for the item.
Was a very fair low ball. So he's gonna give you the 1,000, because you probably would have started at like 2,000, 2,500 somewhere in there.
I was gonna say with retroactive consideration I would have started higher, but yeah.
Yeah, so you would have started a little higher. He would have lowballed you, and then you would have failed your persuasion, so you would have ended up accepting the 1,000.
Yeah, and like I don't make a fuss about it. I'm just like, reasonable enough.
I was trying to say I'd like to have Nova help Cress.
I mean, you couldn't. I already rolled with advantage. You can't give me double advantage.
Yeah, she already spent her inspiration point, so there was no further benefit to be gained.
Cool. Anyway, Crest takes their big sack of gold that they got for their item and stows it away on their person, going like, "There, now we ain't paupers." What you laughing at?
Just, it's good to have a little money in your pocket.
And I can
So
eliminate
he
this
sort
rod
of
of
like
wonder on my
sniffs
character sheet.
around and looks at all these like giant folk and feels a little intimidated. And he's sort of like curling around Nova's leg for protection.
What? Ugh.
Yeah, so you definitely notice that the large giants are not really watching where they're walking for something as small as a kobold, and uh, even you human-sized characters are having to like watch out for where they're stepping because they're not. So now what?
I'll ask the merchant about. I'll ask the merchant. Do you know anything about the Phoenix Sword? We are adventurers on a quest looking for a legendary artifact.
Oh, if I
Would you
had
perhaps
that, I
recommend
could
it?
sell it for a king's ransom. That would be worth like 500,000 gold pieces.
If you were looking for one, where would you start?
Oh, I would probably start where it was last seen in the Hall of the Fire Giant King.
Well, thank you very much. Do you know how I may be able to gain entrance to the Hall of Fire King?
Oh, nobody sees the wizard. Not nobody, not know how. The Fire Giant King broods and smolders in isolation for a decade or more now. Or a century or more now. Sorry, a decade. A century or more now.
Do you know where we may be able to get lodging for the evening?
You can sleep out here in the market with the rest of us traveling, merchants. We set up our tents and caravans.
Would it be safe for smaller people such as us, particularly my kobold friend?
As safe as the island of Sirte ever is.
Well, I am just concerned. I would not want someone to accidentally step on us.
Yes, indeed.
Well, merchant, fire giant merchant, thank you very much for your time. I will relay this information to Cress and
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And Soggy sort of shit, nodding his head as he tries to listen to this information, and sort of says to his companions, "So, how do we meet man that does not come out?"
we'll have to make our own way in. So what's the plan, guys? Um, so we have to get inside a place where, as outsiders, we would clearly never be allowed to go.
Yeah. So I wonder what we do.
Well, there's attempting to negotiate your way in. There's attempting to fight your way in. There's attempting to sneak your way in. And there's trying a different route.
Soggy, as the smallest one,
Well, I basically can't contribute to anything. I didn't realize I was exhausted to the point where I take a disadvantage on skill checks.
we should probably sleep.
That would be the thing. Now that we're here, we could probably rest.
Yes, in
Talk to the
fact,
guards.
in
Talking to the merchant, it looks like they just sleep out here. We were suggested to do the same. Obviously, I am concerned, as it would be very easy for one of these giants to crush us while we're sleeping on the ground. We should probably make camp near one of the walls.
Well, I mean, I don't actually have to go to sleep. Just lays around. I can just stop repression, you know?
yeah, so do you guys want to rest then?
I suppose we set up camp near somewhere safe. Not sure how we could do that. Um, yeah, neat.
So yeah, you guys go ahead and take your full rest. You awaken in the morning to the sound of the market picking up and everybody starting to come alive. the night you spent was restful due to being so exhausted, but also filled with smoke and tremors from the constantly erupting volcano beneath you.
The tremors may have been fine for Soggy, but the smoke not so much.
So now you're rested. Now what would you like to do?
I'm going through some spells right now. Hmm. Never mind.
I'm sorry, are you still looking up spells or are you guys looking for something new to try here? Like what's
Um, I was looking through spells, but I'm not entirely sure which I should prepare. Um, at best, what I could do is I'm thinking of just casting Bless on Soggy and see if he can look around and find the way in. Um, Other than that, I guess I'm gonna walk up to the fire giant dreadnought and get told to go fuck myself when I ask him if I can go inside.
Yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it.
So, how does Bless work?
You do a skill check or you attack. You can have 1d4 to the check, and
Hey,
I think it lasts. Oh, it's a I think it's concentration up to a minute. Maybe I'll check it again. Oh no, it's an attack roll or a saving throw. Never mind.
So what do you want to do then?
Oh yeah, so Sagi, you are small. Perhaps you might be able to find a way in on the side or something. There might be like a crack to these giants.
Investigation
Hannibal,
then?
you know, you're like the size of a mouse compared to these giants.
So an investigation check.
No, that would be a stealth check to try and hide and find the way in, because they're not just going to let you go looking around for it.
21. Soggy is a slippery shadow.
So now, as you're sneaking around, now you need to roll an investigation.
A D8? Is that right? Or a D4? DM? What's the bless?
Uh, you you automatically get it if he casts it on you.
I don't have it, though.
Also, that's intimidation.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. You weren't able to find.
No, let me. It's the.
You can't re-roll
That's. It's in.
because
I'm
it's a lower bonus anyway.
sorry. I did not mean that.
It's okay. It's just, if it's a lower bonus anyway, then like giving you a re-roll is like giving you advantage on it. So you look around, but you are unable to find the other entrance to the castle besides the front gate.
Soggy sort of like looks to the group and shakes his head.
Hmm. So pretty sure we should start fighting here. We're gonna get jumped. So obviously, any idea, Chris?
Uh, not really.
You do have a vampire on your side. I would be more
Um,
than happy to beat the ever-living crap out of that guy who told you to go fuck yourself.
yeah, but what's he gonna do?
Yeah, burn me a little. Nothing I haven't healed from before.
I was talking about the vampire.
Oh, I'm going to bite the shit out of him. I'm going to hack him apart with my greatsword. I do not fear these giants. You know what they say. The bigger they are, the more hit points they have.
Uh huh.
So yeah, Visanthus says if you guys want to just, force your way in to see the king, like he'll take out the big guy like by himself. No questions asked.
That seems like it'll backfire immensely in long term.
Why is that?
I mean, like, what are we gonna do? Like, pretend we didn't beat up the door guard, walk in? Are we going to interrogate the king under threat of violence somehow?
That was my
And
plan, yes.
I don't like that plan. I don't like that plan at all.
Fair enough.
It also means that we would have to spend the second portion separated from our heavy hitter, Visanthus.
Perhaps I could cause a distraction while you sneak your way in.
That will lead to them fortifying the most critical position, the king.
What if I were to turn into a different kind of distraction? Say a swarm of bats flying everywhere.
That is not a ton better. Guys, can someone else do some brainstorming here? This isn't actually going anywhere.
Saki tried to look for a place, but Saki could not find other place.
Well,
Man, I'm just under the impression we will super lose if we let things get violent. I don't know. I'm normally very faithful to the party's combat capabilities, but something about my zealot heart tells me not to.
hmm.
But we do seem to be up against another wall. Maybe we could ask how to get in?
You guys already did that.
We did? I thought we simply asked to get in.
You had asked how one goes about seeing the king, and they said nobody sees the king. He has been in isolation for over a century.
Is he alive?
How would we know?
Like, is anyone to go check? Do you know how
Nobody sees the king.
how does he lay down his edicts and orders?
Through his various generals and commanders, like the commander at the gate there.
Like I'm like kind of point past and like over there.
Yeah, the dreadnought there.
Ah. So like he presumably has talked to the king.
Presumably.
Alright, I'm gonna see if he knows things differently. Alright. I would like to strike up dialogue with the dreadnought.
Well, wait. Before I go any further, have you spent your spell slot to cast comprehend languages on everyone, Nova?
No.
Okay, then like you guys are still not able to communicate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. That was the spell I wanted to prepare. Give me a second. Oh, it's a first level spell. Look at that.
Yeah, but how many people does it affect at first level?
The target self.
Oh, no matter what level?
Yep, it's just self.
Hmm, bummer. All right, so Nova's gonna have to do the communicating. So Cress would like you to try and talk to the Dreadnought, but what do you want her to say?
Yeah, the dreadnought told me to go fuck myself.
I just go like is there anyone we could talk to who's like as knowledgeable as the king? Yeah, like a grand librarian.
No, I'm pretty sure the sword we're looking for is behind that in that castle.
And does he know where the Phoenix Blade is?
Yeah,
Because I still haven't found
the
any
merchant
confirmed
said,
evidence that it is in there.
the merchant said that the last time it was seen in the king's hall, and the king's been in isolation for 100 years.
Yeah.
So one may make the assumption that the last time the Phoenix Blade was seen was 100 years ago, which means it's in this building. Oh, you know, it'd be cool if we were able to make Soggy giant size, and then he could use all, you know, disguise stealth, and just walk in.
Or if he was still a ghost and could just like get in.
Hey, Wiz, I just realized something. Soggy's familiar.
Long gone ever since he died. Ever since he became a vampire.
Oh, I'm glad he didn't ask about Simon. Anyway, um, I mean, I can. What do you want me to talk? Say to him. I can go ask if he's busy on Saturday night.
I mean, that might be useful. Hmm. Does the fire giant king have like ah God, I have no idea. I'm trying not to devolve into something that basically ends with kill everybody, but squeezing drops out of my brain for this one for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because the first thing I did when I woke up was like start prepping for a game in GM this morning. I don't know. That I have no clue. I don't think I'm gonna be able to think my way through this problem.
I could still cause a distraction.
I mean, like, the distraction thing only goes well if the sword is in that room and then also not attended. And ideally, the king is dead. Because then someone could grapple the sword and then immortal their way out of this place.
This is really very confusing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys gotta choose something.
Yeah, we do.
So, what's it gonna be, guys?
Oh, do you think DeSantis might be able to sneak in?
Oh my god. We can't send him, he's the NPC.
I know, but I mean, he's the only one that, like, you have a rocket pack, like, right, and I glow. He can turn into mist or something.
Well, first of all, I can't just turn into mist. I have to be reduced to 0 hit points. I can turn into a swarm of bats, which I can use to distract everybody.
Really? 'Cause I thought vampires can turn into any kind of something of that form. Like they could turn into mist, they could turn into bats.
No, the mist is only if you're reduced to 0 hit points. Rather than just dying, they revert to mist and then float off to their coffins. Plus, yes, also, like, no, I cannot be the one to go in there. It has to be one of you guys. Or all of you guys. Or all of us. But either way, not just the NPC.
Soggy could sneak in.
You found a way to sneak in?
No, but if the distraction is only choice, then Soggy can sneak in.
Alright, so let's say we have a distraction. Cool. How are we getting in? Is there like a hole or something? Because that's a pretty large door behind him.
Yeah, indeed.
There's no cracks in it.
Not big enough for a kobold.
Hmm.
You guys got like analysis paralysis or what's going on?
We're trying to choose an option that doesn't have negative consequences.
Well, not necessarily without negative consequences, but it's just we're we're pretty certain that we can't just storm our way through in here. Nor, as generally good people, were we trying to do that. Because I mean, these people aren't fucking with us. Like, run into somebody's house and just like murder all an entire castle's worth of people and steal from the king. Regardless of what alignment the fire giants are, that would be evil. Is to commit a home invasion. Um, so we're not really sure what to do here because it's like there's this big dude in front of in front of the door. If we fight him, everything's gonna attack us. And
Yeah,
we don't have
I didn't
all the
even consider
people
it from that
moving in.
angle. Yeah, sorry, I was just gonna comment. I didn't even consider it from that angle. Like, these aren't like this is their home, fully within their rights to turn us away. If we start a violent altercation on the basis purely of entering, like that's pretty fucking evil.
You ain't wrong.
Fucking ugh.
But still, what are you guys gonna do then?
Oh fuck.
We're just trying to avoid the traps you set.
It's not even traps. It's just. I mean, I just generally don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah, I guess I'm stumped for now. I mean, like, I guess we will wait around and see if the situation changes. But that's also kind of a lame option. It's the only moral one, though.
and it looks like they have some pretty obviously stalwart, like, no, you're not getting in. It's not like I'm gonna walk up and like just use a persuasion check.
Yeah, we can't mind control the guards. We could play billion questions and see if those other lines begin tugging on the hope that the Phoenix Blade isn't actually in there, but, you know. As Nova examined, it very probably is.
On top of that, kind of have an issue here, right? I walked up to the guy and said, "I'd like to see the king." Right now, if I walk up to him and go, "Hey, is the sword in here?" The first thing they're gonna do is, "Oh, these people are here to take the sword." You know, get the hell out.
Yeah, probably right. Damn.
Hmm. It's not like anybody here is a rogue either. You know what I mean? Like we can't exactly just sneak our way through.
Yeah. This either needs to go violently or not at all. I just don't know what to do. Okay, this might be kind of three-dimensional, but like hypothetically, what if you just ask anyway, and that provokes them into attacking us, and then Vasanthus can do his thing, and we like run it.
What if I just cause a distraction and you guys sneak your way in?
You see, uh, well, jeez. I guess that's like the best compromise we got because it isn't that horrible, even if it is breaking and entering.
And with that, Vasanthus bursts into a swarm of bats that fill the air everywhere. All of the fire giants begin to swat at the flying nuisances, biting and screeching and flying and flitting with this way and that. There's mass chaos and confusion as this happens. All of you need to roll a stealth check to try to sneak in the door while the dreadnought is distracted.
All right, here we go. Wow, I rolled that with advantage.
And Nova?
Uh, what's the dreadnought doing?
He's distracted. He's swatting bats and trying to not be bit.
Can we make our way past him?
You have to roll stealth. That's what you guys are doing.
No, I'm not. I'm not stealthing nowhere. Any attempt at me at stealthing will just give it away to my allies.
Ah, okay. Well, then you can stay out here while they stealth in. So,
You can help with the distraction.
you guys, no, don't do that. You guys sneak your way in, and the first thing that you see is that the hall of the Fire Giant King is covered in soot and ash, but like not just covered in soot and ash, like, oh, this is what the Fire Giant King likes, but it's obvious that this is like their equivalent of dirt and dust that is built up over a century of nobody like cleaning it. You make your way down the long hall, and there are pictures of this great fire giant warrior, statues suits of armor, everything that indicate that this was once a mighty warrior king. But as you approach the throne room, you see a giant iron throne that sits empty, and you see one lone old fire giant with ash instead of fire for a beard, and ashy gray skin as his fire has almost completely burnt out, huddled over a book, just frantically trying to read.
Saki senses that is Fire King, as Saki sort of whispers to Cress.
So what do you guys
Are you
do?
there, Cress? Are you there, Cress?
Oh, yeah, I said I was just gonna have a look around for the sword first.
Oh, okay. So roll for perception. Oh, you did? Okay. You do not see the sword.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Can I make an insight check on the king?
Yeah, how's he doing?
Yeah, you can make an insight check.
Let me roll the d4.
This person appears to be reading a book.
Saki sort of looks at him and he says, "He is reading book."
Alright, well, this is gonna go nowhere real fucking fast. I'm just gonna start, walking out that way.
What? Who disturbs my work? Who goes there? He calls out in Fire Giant.
I'm just gonna kind of raise a hand and go like, Noizen?
Saki,
Humongous? What's that?
Saki's going to try something. He's going to try and be deceptive and be a sort of spirit.
Well, I
you're
am not gonna do.
here.
I was just trying to see which language he spoke that I spoke, so I still don't speak Fire Giant.
Yeah, that's right. What language were you trying?
I was shifting. I was going to do Primordial, Draconic, and Common.
All right. So as you shift to Draconic, he says, "Oh, the language of the Drakes. Yes, I speak that. Now who are you and why do you disturb my work?"
Saki is going to be deceptive and pretend to be a specter. Like, sort of like a specter.
How is that going to work?
How, and also why.
Go for it, Soggy. Go for it.
You're
Soggy-
you're a solid body again, so like
Yes, but I still have disguised self. I can make myself look ghost-like.
that's
I thought you need.
that's not how
I thought you
disguise
needed-
self works.
Yeah, you need the ghostly visage for that. Is that a spell in this game?
I'm not sure about that, but either way, like this isn't Scooby Doo. You can't disguise yourself as a ghost with some projectors and candles, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue upon my line of dialogue and say, I am Cress, an adventurer.
And Saki, sort of like slipping between the legs, and also speaking Draconic, says, and Soggy is soggy.
And why are you here? My work is too important to be disturbed.
I am simply looking for something. I was informed that you might know the location of the Phoenix Blade.
What? What do you know about it?
That you might know where it is.
What do you think I'm doing?
Reading a book.
Soggy looks looks at him again and says and repeats what Chris said, reading book.
Yes, I'm reading this book on the lore of the great ice monsters of the north in order to figure out how to free the king and the sword. Obviously.
So
king.
you are not king?
Do I look like the king to you?
I am not very familiar with Fire Giant politics.
Soggy is not familiar with politics at all.
No, I am the king's mage. I handle all of the lore and magic and all of that. He was trapped 100 years ago when he went to battle the great ice monster of the north, and now I have to try to figure out how to free him, as I have been doing for the last 10 decades.
Ah, where is he trapped?
In the north.
Ah, I see.
So
Let me pause it. If we were to help you free the king, is there any chance we could get the sword out of the deal?
It's the king's sword. You would have to talk to him, though. Being frozen in ice these last 100 years, I'm sure he would be most grateful.
I kind of shrug my shoulders and go like, oh, I can make use of that.
Soggy thinks that is a good idea. It is good.
Yeah.
Soggy is sorry that we are intruding, but we are also we are also here to help you if that is the case.
Wait,
So
maybe you can read this. And he pulls out a part of a book. He's got many books. He's got many books, and he pulls out a part of a book and he shows it to you, written in primordial, and asks if you can read it.
We both can read this, I'm pretty sure.
Soggy looks at it and nods very rapidly and starts reading it in primordial.
All right, so now roll for investigation or insight to see if you can like actually decipher what it's saying, because this is like you can read Shakespeare, but that doesn't mean that you can interpret Shakespeare.
All right, you get advantage.
So roll again, Soggy. No, 19. All right, so
Whew.
you manage to discern from the text on the page that there is a great ice beast that awakens once a century, and the fire giant king went to slay it the last time that it awoken, but became trapped in its snares and sucked down to the bottom of an icy lake, where now he lies in eternal, like he dies and then is reborn, and then dies and then is reborn because he has the phoenix sword. So like he's stuck in between life and death, not being able to escape, not being able to live, and not being able to die. And through this torment for the last century, he has suffered. And now the dates are lining up to where you guys have, a few months to where the beast should be awakening again.
And Soggy sort of repeats all that information and sort of ends it with, "So, we are going to slay giant ice beast." And Soggy sort of turns to Cress in a sort of like stoic manner, but sort of faking it.
Why would we? Oh, I'm not there. Never mind.
Yeah, but now that you guys have that information, what would you like to do with that?
Well, we'll just go there and kill it.
And in doing so, we will find king and sword.
Seems a convenient one too to me. I kind of look to the mage and go like, "Can you prepare a long-range teleport?" Is that within your realm?
Teleportation? Ah, yes. Yes, we have a teleportation circle.
Don't forget that I'm outside. Like I'm not in there at all.
Great. Then, well, I suppose, there would be only a few small things that would need to happen. One is obviously getting there and killing the thing, and two, perhaps, some safe passage for me and my friends. It was hard to get in here, and also the guard at the door frisked us for money.
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. With that, could our friend from outside be let in so that we could inform her of plans moving forward? She'll be vital in freeing your king.
He slowly gets up, his ancient knees creaking as he hobbles slowly towards the door, where he goes outside to see that most of the bats have been dispersed and everybody is like starting to pick up after the chaos, and he just signals to the dreadnought, who is standing on guard duty once again, to let Nova in.
Huh. Oh.
So, Nova, you are let in.
So I'll greet him in Fire Giant.
Yes, hello. We were just discussing what to do.
So we know where the king and the weapon is. It's frozen in they're both frozen in a block of mythical ice in the far north, being protected by well, ye honky old monster. It's gonna wake up soon, and then we go kill it, and they'll both be free.
If the ice is mythical, how do you know it is real?
We'll
Because the very real king and the very real phoenix sword are really inside of it.
Really?
Indeed.
yes.
Anyway, I negotiated safe passage through Fire Giant lands and a long-range teleport to get us there.
It sounds like he needs help. We should go and help
Of
him.
course, he is a man in need, and so going there and helping him is our moral obligation. and it'll further our personal goals at the same time.
I agree.
Okay, that makes things simple and straightforward. I guess the next thing is to just get ready to head out. How long will it take to prepare teleportation?
A few days for me to get all the regions together, but you're welcome to the warmth of the castle while we prepare.
Mm, mm.
Soggy
Wonderful.
read book.
Yes, he read a book. It was very useful.
So yeah, like I said, it'll take him a couple of days, but he goes ahead and you know, um, gets everything prepared and you're ready to go.
Okay.
This is very good. We get to help two different sorts of people, and we we do it by slaying giant ice monster.
Yeah, I just have to kill an unfathomable evil of great power.
Yep, you should go kill Jormungandr.
You're probably right. That feels like a big
Something
important
worse
thing, though.
than trying to kill death, right,
Uh,
Visantis?
Death must die for what it has done to me.
well, at least it feels big, important, impactful. And namely, it's been a while. Maybe it's a level session. Who knows? Or it'll have cool things for us to pinch. Like the Phoenix Sword.
So, does that mean everybody is on board with taking the teleportation?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, since you guys have successfully navigated the encounter without any combat, we have gotten to the point of figuring everything out a little bit sooner, which means the only thing left is to travel to the north, which is something that I do not quite have set
Time
up
to
just yet.
prepare.
Yeah, I didn't get that set up because I thought, at the very least there'd be like some minor combat. I didn't know if it would turn into full out, siege combat here, but I thought there'd at least be a little bit of combat. But you guys managed to successfully not get into combat, which is good. It's great. But unfortunately, I don't have the next part of this ready to go, and there's not much point in dragging out the social interactions here since it seems that the next important thing is getting to the ice realm and finding the king. So we're gonna just kind of do a cutscene for that.
Wait. We should probably get ready since Ice Realm. If we're going to Yerviskor, we should probably get coats. Like in Infinite Winter and all that.
Oh, here, and he hands you each a red crystal. It is a fire crystal that keeps you warm and gives you resistance to fire.
Nice.
So yeah, this will keep you warm in the most freezing of temperatures other than like the plane of ice. And then it'll also give you resistance to fire. Not immunity to fire like your armor, but still resistance. And so yeah, you guys have a magical bit of protection to keep you safe. The fire giant mage prepares a circle of ash and then sets up braziers all around it. He lights each one with a ceremonial torch, and as they are lit, they kind of explode into a ball of flame and a puff of smoke, and then they burn with a blue heat that is so intense that you can feel it even through the resistance. It's not hurting you, but you can feel it. As the last brazier is lit, suddenly the ash on the floor begins to sparkle and glitter, not unlike sequins or bits of diamond. And as it does so, it suddenly swirls up and around you like a tornado. You find yourselves completely obfuscated from any outside view. You can't see anything going on outside of the cloud of glitter, dust, ash. And then, as the ash slowly begins to fade away, it blends perfectly with a snowstorm, a blizzard that is impacting this area. You find yourself standing on top of a giant glacier with snow falling all around you, swirling and blinding. Thanks to your crystals, you are not freezing, but you can tell that the temperature is well below zero. And with that, we draw to a close for this session of Heroes Wanted. I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank anyone who's watching. And as always, everyone, good gaming.
Good gaming.
Good gaming.